Warning, the bull market is dead and stocks are crashing. That's right. Seems like pretty easy to go down lately, and that's the path of least resistance. So, is there more downside ahead? Or are we now going to have a relief rally? The S&P is down by more than 10% now, officially into correction territory. So stocks tumble and sentiment is roiled. Okay, another headline here. Here you go. Stocks go into correction. Great. You can read the headline tariff. It's going to change between today and tomorrow. It doesn't really matter. Breaking news. Stocks tumble into correction. All right. Stocks are roiled. All right. So here's why you might want to stick around. We're either going to be fired as bulls in the stock market, or it's time to go for a further inspection. All right. What does that mean? Today's video says very scary. And what I'm trying to do is to provide an update to a video from roughly 3 weeks ago. And here I was saying, all right, stocks have been going nowhere but up. But what could happen here? Well, it's not going to end well. Easy gains are over. Warning, right? Oh my God, everyone sold. Should you? And then I've had all these warning videos. And now I might even have a bullish tilt here. So again, I'll tell you the reason why you want to watch all the way until the end. If you can give me about, I don't know, like maybe 7 to 10 more minutes. We'll see how long this video takes. Because now I said more pain. Well, maybe I think it's time to go up. Or maybe it's time to start thinking about if we've killed the bull, what happens now? Well, that basically means we're going into a kangaroo. Thank you, Luke. So as we go into the kangaroo, we're either going to get a 10% move higher, which basically means going back to all-time highs, right? 10%, boop. Or we get an additional 10% down, and we go down to where? Roughly 500. And then we go into a bear market. So if we now go higher, that's Trump's rally. Trump's going to say, look at me. I'm so great. That's it. I'm done. I was the greatest president ever. I'm the GOAT. Why? Because the 70% rally that was birthed is now dead. The bull market is over. We're officially going sideways. So a 70% rally from the low, I think it was 70%. Wow, yeah, that's over. That bull market is now dead. So stocks can go up, stocks can go sideways, or stocks can go down. That's all they can do. So right now we're going sideways. They could go sideways and go up more. They could go sideways and go sideways longer, or they can go sideways and go down. That is it. So what I'm going to try to explain to you is, I think what big, beautiful Trump is going to do is to try to create a Nike swoosh and create his own new bull market, right? He wants the big one. He wants the big daddy. Why? Because when he does it big, he does it beautiful, he does it bigly. So that's what I think. Stocks are in correction territory, but hey, there's no panic over here, right? There's no panic. Yeah, there's no panic here. Everything is totally fine. It's toads fine, right? Kangaroo's going to take over. I think now finally, this is now trickling down to the average retail trader and people who don't really look at a long-term holdings. They're like, oh my God, my 401k account or Roth account is down 10%. I can't afford this. Then they start considering to sell. Excellent thing to do for long-term investors. So if now we think about that Nike swoosh that I just laid out, what does this look like? Just do it. Yes. And this could be the bullish scenario here. It's still in play. This is from roughly a year ago. Are we still above it? 529. Where are we? 552. Yes, we're still above it. So I would argue that it's really hard to call right now. That's what a kangaroo is. So bulls and bears both have evidence. It depends on what time frames you look at and whose team you want to play on. I would encourage you to pick one team and to only play on that side. I don't generally do well when I'm flip-flopping long and short because perma bears and perma bulls, well, they're pigs and they get fired. Right? They lose. They get slaughtered. I don't want that. I want to investigate further. I want to be like Jerome. Why? Let's look at the data, the totality of the economic data. So when we look here to ARC, what does it show us? This is almost a perfect overlay of the psychology chart. And ironically, if you Google this time right here, where it says, who shorted the market? Who allowed this to happen? Why did the government allow this to happen? Cathie Woods writes open letter to the Fed right here, right in anger. That's exactly what she did. She called the government, right? Wrote a Caron letter. And now we've gone sideways. It's a depressing rally. And people don't believe it. Suckers rally. Well, isn't this supposed to be innovative tech? Again, ARK is not representative of the whole market, but in this example here, I would say that the psychology is perfect. So if that's the case, we can go from this side over here on the right, all the way back to this side over here on the left. Disbelief, hope, optimism, belief, thrill, euphoria, God forbid. Why? Man, there's $1.7 trillion are going to get spent in America, but whoa. Wait about this first. Who's this? It's our final boss. It's Larry Summers. He says the odds of a recession are now close to 50-50. All right, just before we go through that, I'm going to ask you for a huge favor. If you could please consider smashing that thumbs up or subscribing to the channel. If this guy looks like a crusty old fart to you, it's because he is. Used to be the Secretary of the Treasury. That's where Scott Bessent is now. But let's think about what he's telling us here. He's like, whoa, 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 right? Whoa, whoa, whoa. What is this here? What's a recession? Well, it's 2 negative quarters. So if this one holds until March 31st, it's not that long from now. It's like 3 weeks, 2-3 weeks. We're going to get a negative print. If we flip a coin again, right? Flip a coin. Whoa, 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 flip a coin. Yeah, that's 50-50. Okay. So if this one's negative and the next one's negative, that's a recession. Oh, that's a recession? Yes. And the other side of the 50 is if it's positive, it's not a recession. It's what? A temporary blip, like here. This probably was a recession too. It was a rolling recession. 0.37, negative 1.2. Anyways, moving forward. So a lot of people were getting hyped up on this number today, but looking underneath the hood, we can see here that there's a 0.6% revision to the previous number. Hey, that's pretty hot. And then over here, the underlying things again. I didn't go through it. I just took what Bloomberg said. They said that this is going to feed through to the PCE, which is what the Fed cares about, right? That's this guy right here. He's like, wait. It's not actually 0.0 because what I care about is PCE. And he's like, hey, well, you're about to get fired here, buddy. He's like, no. I'll let myself out the door. All right. Let's close this one out. 50-50 odds. And then this matters because next week, Jerome Powell is going to be speaking. When? Right here. And we get an economic projection, an SEP. I'll update you on that. So again, subscribe if you haven't already. He's going to talk at the press conference. He's going to talk at the press conference. And we're going to find out whether he is, again, looking under the hood and liking what he sees, if we're going to get more cuts or if we don't get more cuts. What would you do if this guy was over your shoulder all the time, right? He's like, okay, well, at every move he makes, he's like, I see you, right? I see you. He's like, okay, yeah, well, I'm doing my job. I'm pretty good over here, right? Plane's almost landed. He's like, I don't know. You got to cut those rates. Having a little bit of fun here, but that's the dilemma because he's like, okay, is it time to button up? Or maybe something else, right? Doesn't look so happy here. And Jerome's like, okay, well, like I'm just silently trying to do my job, save America. And he's like, okay, well, I have someone else's eye. Why? He's already looking forward to June. This is when they're going to be meeting. That's an anticipated date. What I want to do now is just go through a couple of other quick news updates. And then I do want to spend a few minutes looking at the charts to provide a clear action plan on where we can go from here into the next few days. Why? Because if this is really it and we do want to start buying, let's be prepared. All right. So we're going Kangaroo. We could go up or down. Let's read this here. So hedge funds sped up de-risking, and there are likely more to come. All right. So is this the pause? Is this a dead cat bounce? Yeah, the bounce could go all the way to, say, I don't know, like the 200 MA, and then roll over to go further. Or it could just wash out right now because like I did in the intro, it's like slicing butter right now. Going down is easy, right? Down. The rate of decline is really high. Like we're going to be shaving off 100 points pretty fast here. Why? Went from 610 to 550. That's 50 points already. We're halfway there. Oh, we are halfway there. Yes. But as we look closer here to the volume, it's starting to decline. Not by a lot. It's still quite elevated. But if in hindsight, this is a crescendo, this could be the climax right here. What's lacking is consistent dip buying here on the S&P. And true to form, after we got the one full candle here on the moving average, talked about that yesterday. What happened? Well, you guessed it. Boop. Why? We go back in time here. Let's blow it up. I'll get to the news. I'm trying to do this now, and then I'll provide a more clear action plan. I'm just trying to explain, at least to myself. This is a video for me. Hey, Justin, here's what you should be receptive to tomorrow. If we went 2 days below on a closing basis here, and then 2 days below the moving average over here on the first day of a bounce, we couldn't even muster a hollow candle. All right, same thing here. So what happened? A washout. That's what's right here. That's the washout. Look what happened right after. Oh my God, mega bounce. That's a big bounce. It's a 1 day bounce. It gapped up the next day all the way to where? The moving average. From the close to the next day, that's a 1.6% rally. From here, that's a pretty nice bounce, right? That gets us to 1.6. That could get us to 560. What if it goes to 564? Well, the weekly chart could be potentially saved. I'm not saying that's my base case. I'm just saying I am receptive to the Kangaroo, where this market can move big, it can move fast, it can move bigly, it can move, right? Big M. And what everything I prepared right now might be total garbage tomorrow at 9:30 when we open up. Why? Big Daddy Trump might say something. What? Words. Words are what's moving the market right now and the economy. All right. So time to get fired, or are we hired? Um, this is where it tells us that through yesterday, our best guess is that we are currently in the middle inning. All right, all right. So long story short, it could go lower for longer. Mnuchin says a natural healthy correction doesn't mean the economy is in trouble. Why? He's probably in there buying the dip. He's like, yeah, of course I'm buying the dip. Of course. You see me? I'm buying the dip. There's a lot of other updates. What is notable here? Selling consumer keeps me neutral. He did give some picks though. Elon talked on Joe Rogan. All right. Scott Bessent gave an address, and so did Lutnick. So roughly 25-minute interviews each. One on CNBC and one on Bloomberg. Tiff McClellan talked. He's like, yeah, we're getting squeezed, right? Yeah, this is difficult. Our heads are getting squeezed. That's right. There's a ceasefire, right? There's terms. Oh yeah, I was going to update on this too. Hold on. I still got something else I want to go through here. So one more second. Believe it or not, I do actually aim for 8-minute videos, and I try not to bounce around on these. But like, man, I wish the market was just going in a straight line. Doesn't? Let's watch this. Let's read. Indeed, our first task in the near future is to defeat. Where? In this area. Where is this area? Right? As soon as possible, must defeat the enemy. That's what he's telling us. Okay. Well, that seems like that's an important term for him. Where is it? Well, it's on the border. Okay. So if that's the area they're disputing, that's not a very big area. Look at that area compared to here. Oh my God, look how big Russia is. It's huge. And then if you look at Ukraine, this area is not that big. Not even talking about Donbass or Crimea or anything. It's just this. That seems like it's the holdup. Ukraine's already done their thing. So and then I listened to this and I'm like, whoa. He was giving specific things he's looking for. So Trump wants to be the unifier and the peacemaker. And over here, we're not doing ourselves any services, right? I know, Beijing makes it more difficult for us, right? In this tit for tat play, we've overplayed our hand. Why? We're kind of stupid, Very polite, and that's what Canada's not doing a great job of right now. So as the representative of Canada now, like the premier of Ontario, he's down in Ottawa, and he's talking to all these. He's talking about all these issues we got. And Americans are not so polite. So yeah, of course, I'm happy he's going down there. Maybe we can see a resolution. Someone's got to bend the knee. It's not going to be Mr. Turdo. Nope. So I'm happy he's there. All right, back to the rest of the news here. 13 minutes. Hey, that's not that terrible. Try to get through the rest of this pretty fast here. This seemed pretty notable. There's a power play between U.S., China, and India. Ooh, remote islands are caught in the middle. Wow, that sounds spicy. Copper's going to go back to 10K. Maybe base metals are going to move too. And then as we look here, buy the dip calls fade as Trump sell-off rattles Wall Street. All right. This guy talked right here. Lutnick, like I said, 25 minutes. FTC chair also spoke. Yes, we are going after Microsoft. We are going after Amazon. That's what I heard. Market goes into correction territory. We're going to go through an adjustment here. We're just going to go right in there. We're just going to go right in. We're just going to go in. We're just going to go right in there. What are we going to do? We're going to shave off some points. We're just going to shave them right off. 10%, shaved it off. Pretty fast, huh? Yeah. We're focused on the real economy, not focused about a little volatility. 10%, whatever. Bear market, different story. That's now Biden's problem. All right, I think that's it for today. Is there anything else here? All right, here we go. Yeah. Apple over in this other country, China, right? Their AI smartphone enthusiasm, 43% versus 15%. This appears like the market that matters. Maybe they're even, God forbid, leading. That's right. And over here, Canada is now responding to steel and aluminum, and it is coordinated with the EU, matching dollar for dollar. And over here, Trump's retaliating and responding, blah, blah, blah. Just pause it if you want. And then EU and South America silently making some inroads here, right? Making a deal for what? Security and defense, energy, critical minerals, trade and investment. They already got the EU Mercosur or EU Latin America trade block. Now it looks like they want Africa too. All right, that's it for today's video. So if you're interested in finding out more about what I do after I sign off, I would encourage you to go to thealgo.com for a 45-day free trial. And you can come trade with me. Everything is there. You get access to me. And if you want to find out more, again, it's a 45-day free trial. What do you have to lose? Otherwise, I will see you on the next video. Thank you so much.